Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about Capstone Project, the 5 W's and the H. Actually, I researched through the website of different universities and I found that a year-long capstone experience is required of all the students and they're expected to undertake a significant project, basically in terms of you can say writing a research paper, honors thesis, essay, presentation, and similar products. So all the senior student complete a capstone project working in pairs with a faculty member to do research on an issue or a topic that they encountered, maybe sometimes during a class, or maybe they have a particular goal to improve the corporate performance or solving the business problems. Nowadays, capstone is the evidence of values that are a significant part of learning. And that's why I thought that it's really very interesting topic to discuss today. Because students learn concepts in the classes and do homework or test assignments of a subject. All these are very straightforward in nature, but when we want to see the real world where there are like political issues, there is regulatory issues, integration problems, and lot of reasons that makes execution of the business plan difficult. So Capstone project helped them to understand the real world and develop their problem solving skills and ability to collaborate successfully with the stakeholders. It's very, very essential to have a capstone project during their undergraduate program or graduation program. So let me just discuss about the 5 W's and the H relating to the capstone projects. Can you recall your childhood memories when your dad had a wonderful surprise for you? A new bike. You are excited and very, very happy to ride your new bike. You went outside to learn the bike with your dad. Your father taught you how to ride the bicycle. He was pushing the bicycle from behind, and you were on the bicycle trying to ride it. He was teaching you how to make a balance while pedaling, and after a couple of hours, he leaves you alone to balance the bicycle, and you are struggling to ride it. For sure, the experience was full of emotions, simultaneously happy, exciting, and also frustrating. Maybe you felt scary, lonely when you are trying to ride it, you fell over again and again. But finally, you learned how to keep the balance and learn the bicycle. Wow, what an amazing feeling! You must be so proud of yourself. And today also, you still remember how to ride the bike. Now imagine if you would have learned that bike in the classroom. Your instructor would have made an interesting PowerPoint presentation to show the parts of bicycle, told you to write an essay on different components or different parts of the bicycle, and write an essay how to ride a bicycle, and lot of such other activities that maybe you would have forgotten it. Learning through Capstone project is similar to riding a bicycle where you learn by doing. It's a hand-on experience to learn where you work on the real-world problems with your mentors, and finally you experience how to work independently without any support, without any help or additional assistance. So today I'll be telling you about the capstone research projects, the 5 W's and the H, and the outline of the presentation will be like this. What makes the capstone project, why it matters, who will win, when to start the preparation, where is the source of idea, and how to work on it. Let us discuss the first W, what makes the capstone project. When I think about this question, the first thing that comes to one's mind is that it must be a research paper. But is it really a research paper? Not exactly. It is much more than that. The capstone can range widely from traditional research project, a creative work, a service-oriented exercise with a clearly scholarly component. It's a long-term independent project to evaluate the extent to which the students were meeting and exceeding the learning outcomes related to the university's mission and vision. Students have to discover something new and innovate in their field of study. But students do not have to necessarily write research paper or do experiments in the lab, but they have to do something unique and understand what it is about. There are some competing virtues and trade-off and philosophical debates around it. I believe that the student interest and passion drives the project. Senior capstone projects are driven by student interest rather than just curricular mandates. The students synthesize the skills, the experiences gained, and develop essential questions to guide their project, pursue in depth independent study, and demonstrate their achievement. So, ask your student what is their interest. Perhaps the next important aspect is the balance between the student initiative versus faculty guidance. Faculties as the teacher need to maintain minimum level of quality control on the project as well as establish fairness to hold reasonable comparable standard. We really want to encourage to allow students to go with curiosity and research path that it takes. Additionally, there are a lot of opportunities for hand-on experience on creative work, but at the same time, I can say that the capstones are always academic pursuits. So we need to make a balance between the academic inquiry and the creative work and see how well it goes together. Where is that sweet spot? We can also see individuals work and we can see a lot of collaboration work too in the capstone project, and I feel that collaboration is an excellent way to promote thoughtful scholarship that helps everyone to excel. So whenever we are involved in the capstone project, if the topic is interdisciplinary, then it's really amazing. The next question is how comfortable we are with the students with different outcomes based on their topics, on their interest, based on the interest level, and to what degree you either, you know, work based on the graduate requirements or you insist on the level of academic rigors, consistency, fairness. Capstone is the combination of joy and toil. We need to balance between two. Capstone with too much of toil and no joy is hard time for students. So we have to make balance between learning as well as enjoying through the learning process. The next question is why? Why it matters? It matters because one person or some group can make a difference to the world. So students should explore essential questions. How can I contribute to the world I live? What responsibilities do I have towards the advancement of society. How my knowledge, my skill, learning experiences can make a difference to the world. Students can find their passion, research on a topic that is very important to them, and find a way to use knowledge that is gained from their previous learnings and do something meaningful. In that process, also, they can discover their own purpose. Students can integrate the intellectual, social, personal learning experiences. Students gain skill set to think independently, write effectively, research, collaborate, and learn. These are all parts of research and learning to bring skills in student that will serve them in any professional field. So this capstone experience is very, very important. Every student should be expected to graduate with a in-depth knowledge in the specialized discipline, the ability to think critically and creatively and apply those skills towards the resolution of local, national, and global problems. They should be excellent in written, oral, and creative expression through a variety of traditional and contemporary media, have effective leadership and teamwork skills with cultural competence and a competence to ethical, environmental, social responsibility accompanied by community engagement. And in this process of working with capstone projects, students acquire those skills and help them to continue with their growth. The next W is who. Who will win in this capstone project? Who are the stakeholders? Who are the winners? Who are ultimately going to benefit out of this capstone project? It's actually a win-win situation for students, for faculties, institutions, and ultimately the community. If each stakeholder takes its responsibility, there is a reward for everyone. Every project has challenges and every project has reward too. Obviously, student is the first stakeholder who have highest amount of benefit in terms of different experiences when working with a capstone project. The student's responsibility is to build knowledge and rigorous coursework in an interdisciplinary approach and challenge themselves academically and also illustrate their passion and interest in specific research topics. In regard to the reward, the project fosters research, augmentation, and communication skill for lifelong learning. It makes students self-confident, independent thinkers, prepared for the real life situations. And they will be prepared with skills employers are looking for, such as positive teamwork, effective communication skills, critical thinking, analysis, use of appropriate technology, effective use of information, application of theory to practice, interpretation and analysis of data, attention to detail, independence in learning, and time management skills. There are so many benefits that the student will receive after completing the capstone project. Not only the students, but faculty plays a very important role in the capstone project. The responsibilities of the faculties are numerous. The first thing that they have to do is to improve their own skills to create student-centered learning environment and help the student to discover their passion. They can talk to the students, listen to them, find who they are, where they come from, and assist in selecting a topic by integration their diverse experiences into meaningful whole work. They can provide enrichment experiences, helping the students to sort out the ideas and honing up a specific topic, which is the first task. The faculty can provide various sources of book, study materials to guide appropriate text for the students, helping with research and linking text to get the student excited about the daunting task that they are going to face. The student may direct the, the faculty may direct the students to help them to go beyond what they could imagine and envision to make their project significant life experiences. The faculty guide in the entire presentation process and coordinate the final presentation, especially when presented to public, and serve as a mentor to individual student as mentor and be available always. The job being the part of the process where the student faculty work together toward the real world solution and making those positive changes happen is the best reward the faculty can have. When you talk about institutions, goodwill, hard work, intellectual stimulation, however, not enough to encourage more faculty to participate and ensure that the faculty do capstone as well as mentor or student do well in this project. Integrated and intentional effort is needed from the institutions to support. For example, one primary responsibility can be that the institution should thoughtfully deploy the resources and design learning experiences that are well positioned to accomplish their goals. They should offer flexible curriculum for the student inputs and provide room for creativity. The institution strives to educate the students to save their lives, their professions, their societies. Through Capstone, they can create 21st century learners and leaders. Students add milestone to their academic excellence. The next question is when to start the preparation. Doing now is always better than doing later. The best effort begins on the first day of the course, when you can take an introspective look at yourself and ask what you want to be doing upon graduation. So, the student have to gear up their mindset to explore the academic and the real world questions, problems, issues from different disciplines and from multiple perspectives. So you may start preparation with a lot of collaborating thinking with the classmates, faculty, and researchers. So start thinking consciously on an idea of research project, a creative work, or a service-oriented exercise where you want to continue your growth. It may be within any discipline or interdisciplinary subject connected to your field of study. Where is the source of idea? There are many methods and sources for idea generation. The idea may come up from the class information or team discussion or own experiences, observations from others, from thinking about a problems, from journal articles, from prior research projects on the same topic, same subject. I believe that good ideas came from aha moment. For example, it may be when you're watching TED Talk on social problems or watching solar eclipse under the protective sunglasses, maybe while reading a book, even it may be during a conference or visiting a industry experts. So there are a lot of sources of an idea. You have to be very, very conscious about it. The next important question is how to work on capstones. There are few things that can be followed by students for completion of the capstone project to avoid any coulda, woulda, shoulda situation in the final stage of project. Number one, you have to demonstrate the understanding about the critical issues in the business or the real world situations, and so what you have learned in different core classes of the program that you have undertaken. You can cite what you have learned from various classes, but without any copy and paste from old papers. Number two, application is the key word for capstone. You are to show that you not only learn from the core classes, but you can apply that information to solve a problem. For example, you thought to apply your knowledge to start own business. The business you start will not be something very simple as consulting, and you know, you need consulting. You have to see all the financial report, and simple calculations may not be enough. The financial, the marketing, HR operations are needed to be the part of the business plan. Number three, using your knowledge and knowing your interest, identifying the topic for the project is very, very important. Student can explore questions, problems, issues for which there is no immediate answer. You may plan for taking some exploratory courses that will expand your horizon on the topic. Read the guidelines on the related topic. You may work in the areas of current needs. Ask yourself few questions. Has prior research been done on the problem? Is further work feasible? Does the problem require a solution? Will the study make a contribution? Does a solution to the problem demand expertise you don't have? Is there any opportunity to do work in the field? How much data are available? How much time will be required to conduct the study? What financial cost will be there to involve that study? Is the scope of study appropriate for a bachelor degree or a master program? Will you want to study to be published? So think of creating something new as you are actually creating something new with your plan. Of course, you have to do a literature review in the beginning so that you are knowledgeable about the field you wish to start the project. But your idea need to be very, very fresh. Number four, yes, it happens with everybody because you are struggling with a topic. Talk with your faculty members who are your advisors. Your teachers are not just your advisor, can serve as resources for your capstone. This advisor will meet with you regularly and help guide your learning experience. You can always set up a meeting with your advisor if you feel you are struggling with any part of the project. Make sure when you meet, you come prepared with specific concerns. Number five, when someone reads your plan, they need to know that you have completely researched it and demonstrate that your project plan is workable. It's about the results. It must be viable, well researched, and analyzed plan. Number six, plan the timeline for the project. Maybe a timeline where, what should be the time period for the selection topic, how much time you need for the research, what again, um, what will be the time for presentation, preparing the report, making the self-assessment reflections. So prepare a timeline for each activities of your project. Number 7, you can then actually work on the project. You should know that to make Capstone success, you must invest qualitative hours each week for the course. Ideally, it is done for 2 semesters and presented at the end of the program. If you have not yet started on the real world application, this would be an excellent time to start. If your project is going to involve outside sources, conducting a long-term experiment, maybe borrowing, equipment or doing interviews, interning, teaching, you need to allow extra time for responses. After completing your research, because you will continue to find sources throughout the project, and a written thesis, you need to continue brainstorming about how you will present the product of your project. Finally, you must again reflect on how you have been employing the 21st century skills in completing your project. Number 8, you have to demonstrate, you have to create a plan that need to demonstrate your research analysis and writing, which is professional, scholarly, and perfect. At the end, you must have to present a short presentation, and this need to be delivered in a very professional manner. It can be a PowerPoint presentation, it can be a poster presentation, but it should be very, very professional in nature. You have to demonstrate that you have learned the graduate voice, which means that you are always presenting options and opportunities. You never denigrate or write about how badly some other business is performing. You are a professional, ensure that you are right is also. The initial presentation to your advisor is to work out the problems and the areas of the concern of a project. So the presentation at the fair will be smooth and flawless. Suggestion given by the advisor must be adhered to improve the presentation score or even present at various fair. Number 9, you can include an updated resume to the project plan. This is because the situation that the student is showing their personal knowledge, which shows their ability to make the plan successful. Finally, reflect on how your presentation plan will allow you to showcase your mastery for the core 21st century skills. While this seems repetitive, you should be making progress and improving month by month. This will be very, very valuable when you write your reflection paper. So, the next question is why a mentor is needed in the Capstone project? What is the role of mentor in the Capstone project? Well, a mentor can guide the student in preparing the research paper, involving them in actual field research, guide them in literature reviews and internships. A mentor can help each and every individual students by including them in various seminars, workshops, help them to prepare a research paper which they can present during any kind of research symposium or conference. A faculty mentor can teach project-based courses to pitch students innovative business ideas or solutions to a challenge, and working on big ideas with the students. Apart from it, a mentor can share knowledge, experience gained so far by involving in one-to-one meeting or contact with the students. Apart from it, a mentor can contact local companies to provide their business problem and involve the student through research-oriented problem-solving approach in the form of small groups. A faculty mentor can develop students' ideas by refining, reporting plans, and executing the final output, and connect the students to experienced people from industry to help further their ideas. Not only this, but also a mentor can help the student in live case projects or research projects on a local company through market observation, face-to-face interviews, and data analysis. Last but not the least, the faculty can collaborate students from various universities. They can contact various other students or faculties and experts from different universities and work on solution oriented projects for comparative analysis between different economies. So a mentor role is very, very important and can facilitate in this learning process. I feel being helpful, being proactive, being demanding, being collaborative, being supportive are the important role of a faculty that they should provide and serve as a mentor in the similar manner. When I say being helpful, it means when students come to you as a potential capstone mentor, some will have good ideas that are too broad, like I want to study crime. Some will have focused ideas that would be great, but for a master degree or a doctoral dissertation, but not achievable as an undergraduate thesis or project. Some student will have an area of interest, but no topic or no idea how to approach the area. And some student will have no idea at all. Maybe they took an interesting course and they decided to approach that instructor. At this stage, students need to learn and they need a help from their guide, from their mentor to transform that vague interest into a doable project. They need help for testable hypotheses, working questions with a realistic research plan or project schedule. They need advice and guidance with their review of the literature and their drafts. Mentor have to work closely with them and help them to turn their ideas into an excellent undergraduate thesis. Be proactive. Students are most likely to be successful when they have a regularly scheduled appointment with the faculty mentors. Busy students put off the work that doesn't have a definite due date, but students who have a very specific task to accomplish at a regularly scheduled meeting will almost certainly complete their thesis on time. It is very important for a mentor to be proactive, make regular appointment once a week, once in every 2 weeks, depending on the progress. Students should never leave their mentor office without scheduling another appointment. If a student doesn't show up for an appointment, he or she should call the mentor and reschedule. It's really easy. If they show up unprepared, which happens also, yeah, the mentor should reschedule and take whatever step necessary to ensure that they're prepared next time. A mentor should be demanding. It's tempting to let the students slide, especially when they're bright. The faculty member is overloaded. I know. I said I have a hypothesis for you today, but I have been really busy. I get my thesis done before I graduate. Mentors should be reasonable but also demanding. Insist on regular appointment, insist that the student do the work that are agreed upon, and insist that the work should be high quality. Do not settle for a sloppy, incomplete, badly written work. At the same time, mentors should remember that these are not graduate students. They are the students, they are the future leaders who need skills with qualitative work. What faculty should expect is the highest amount of quality work, and students really rely on faculty to help to achieve that qualitative work. A mentor should be collaborative. Student should be told right from the beginning that the Capstone project is a collaboration between the student and the mentor. They should know that they cannot simply hand something to the advisor and say, here it is, grade me. But it is important to recognize that this is the model they are used to. The professor gives an assignment, student does the work, hands it, and professor delivers a grade. It is the part of the mentor's job to show student a collaborative model, to work closely with them at every stage of the process. If the student has more than one mentor, his or her project should be a collaborative process between the advisors. For the sake of clarity, fairness, thoroughness, consistency, advisors should consult each other on a regular basis to compare the notes and to monitor progress. Finally, mentors should be supportive. A capstone project is a long-term process. It's easy for the student to give up and to believe that they don't have that skills to complete the capstone project. That's when the mentor takes the role of a pep talk giver. Reassure them that everyone whosoever have done this kind of work have felt the same things, that they are smart enough and they can see it through the end. If they want them to do a good job, sometimes we have to be reviving, we have to give that energy, we have to show them the final outcome. That's why a mentor is needed. So, are you interested to be a mentor for your students' capstone project? Well, I'm interested. I'm interested because I'm deeply committed to problem solving through creative thinking and collaboration, because I want to impact the people around us. I want to remain connected with the community, to explore my interest in teaching and service with a mission to learn, lead, serve, and bring smiles to millions, facilitate a classroom learning climate that would kindle thoughtful viewpoints and ideas among the students for fostering constructive and meaningful knowledge. In the conclusion, I like to say that at first they'll ask you, why are you doing it? But then they will ask you, how did how you did it. So good luck with your capstone project. Thank you very much. I'd love to answer any of your questions relating to the capstone project.